Hello, welcome to another edition of Two Old Farts Making Noises. Good afternoon to Stephen. Good afternoon to our guest, Claudia Newlands. Um, yeah, globetrotting again. We're back to the USA, but this particular lady, as I understand, comes originally from Brazil, but she's going to tell us a lot more about that, I think, as the show goes on. All I know about Claudia is that she produces a product called cheesy bread or something like that. Obviously, she's got to pronounce it a lot better than I can. And it's plant-based and it's gluten-free.
And it's
Which,
delicious because I've had it.
okay.
I met her at the Tasties opener where they had all the vendors.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I've had her bread, and it's, as we say in New York, a beauty. So I definitely recommend it. So I'm sorry, David,
Okay.
please go ahead.
That's fine. I knew the word. I knew New York would come into it somewhere.
I get
And
$1
actually,
every time I say it. So
yeah, record timing for Steve today, I think, for all our regular listeners and viewers, because he managed to get New York in the intro even before we do the rest of the show. Anyway, we're going to talk to Claudia now. All of this you can find on twooldfarts.vip, which is our glorious website, where you'll see links to Claudia and her company and her products, and all the social media links that she has. Enough from me. Let's find out a lot more about this super tasty bread from Claudia.
Hi, I'm Claudia. Thanks so much for having me here today. As you said, I'm originally from Brazil. I lived in Australia for about 15 years, moved to Austin for about 15 years, and now I'm living in Bend, Oregon. So I think I change every 15 years. So about 6 years ago, I became vegan, and I was looking for vegan food to eat on the market. And about 6 years ago, there was not much around it. Most of snacks, there was just nuts, and it's so much nuts you can have it. And coming from Brazil, cheese bread is a big food in Brazil. Everybody knows, everybody has it, and came to United States. And you can find cheese bread today at Costco, but you don't find the vegan version of it. So when the pandemic came, I was in Brazil a little bit before that, and I was thinking about how about we come up with a vegan cheese bread. And I came back to United States, pandemic hit, and I went to the kitchen and started working day and night, woke up like many times in the middle of the night. Oh, how about I try this? How about I try that? I had no experience how to do anything like that. And my friends ate cheese bread every single day because I used to give to all of them samples and a survey for them to give me feedback. And I say, do you like this one? Why you like that one? How about this one? And I start like that, and I start making them frozen. And I realized that a lot of people has kids with allergies. They cannot have nuts. So there we go, my frozen through the window. And the other thing, how do you ship a frozen food? It's expensive, almost impossible to do it. So I went back to the kitchen and got my recipe that I almost got it down and start making in a dry mix version. So the dry mix version, you can ship everywhere in the United States. You can ship even overseas. And second, there is no nuts in it. So my product is vegan, gluten-free, and allergen-friendly. So everybody can have it. And people that are not vegan can have it as well, because we have a suggestion. If you want to do a little bit extra cheesy, you just add a little bit of shredded cheese of your choice into the mix.
Okay, I was going to ask you, Chloe, because it's you said it was originally from Brazil. Cheesy bread, is it actually a cheese flavored bread, or it's not? That's not just the name of the product. Okay.
Is a product, is cheesy bread, and that is everybody do more or less the same way. Of course, there are a lot of variations of the recipe, but more or less is the same. So they are a little crispy outside and a little chewy cheesy inside. So the consistency of my one is the same thing. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to show a little package here. So the balls a little bit like, the rolls a little bit like this.
Hey now. So, and I will tell you, when we baked it, it's very simple. So you can still hold up your package, like selflessly plug yourself, bring the package back up. I'm just saying that when I don't, there you go. When I bake this, simple. And if I can do it, trust me, anybody can do it. And it's delicious when it comes out and it's everything she said. It's just phenomenal. So yeah, I was very, very excited to have that in my mouth, so to speak.
Could I just ask you then, these are then little cheese bread balls, and are they? Is that how they come? I'm sure we'll be able to see that a little bit further on, because I understand you're cooking some for us today on the show, which is an absolute first. I know our shows are normally cooking, but this is we're now going to another level now.
There you go.
Yeah, and the name is, we chose the name cheesy because there is no cheese inside. We use nutritional yeast, and at the same time, it's easy to make. So cheesy, super easy to make. And the only thing you need to do is add water and oil to the dry mix. You scoop the dough into little rolls, bake in the oven or an air fryer. It couldn't be more easy than that. And I have a lot of customers with kids, and guess who goes to the kitchen to make the little cheese rolls? The kids do it.
Hence why I could do it. See, and you add oil. And when she says oil, she doesn't mean like mobile shell BP. She means like cooking oil, just so.
Yeah, cooking oil.
Right,
yeah.
right. Just, you know, some of our fans may not be too clever. We want to help them out. So.
And can be any oil that you have in the kitchen. Doesn't matter which one you use, you can use any of them. And if you want to do a little bit extra cheesy, you can add a little bit of shredded cheese of your choice. If I have plant-based cheese in my fridge, sometimes I add a little, but most of the time I do not need to use any of the cheese. It's already pretty cheesy flavor.
Yeah.
But it's
absolutely delicious.
Yeah. May I ask you then, Claudia, a plant-based cheese? I mean, are you allowed to call it a cheese? Because surely a cheese would be a dairy product.
I think for now we still can call plant-based cheese. Yeah. But I know milk we cannot call milk anymore. I don't know about cheese, how it is.
So I'm sure if somebody knows, they'll put it in the comments section. So that's very cool. So you did this. So what did you do before this that like made you this like master chef that you are? And and became the entrepreneur that you are? What did you do before the cheesy bread?
Well, that is a funny story about becoming an entrepreneur and being the commercial kitchen all the time. I used to be flight attendant in Brazil.
Okay.
When we moved to Australia, I used to work in a preschool, and I worked in a preschool for almost 20 years. I did the same thing back in Austin. I worked in a preschool for 15 years there. Loved my job, loved work with kids. And those kids and those parents ate cheese bread for a long time. They were my testers. And it was a funny story. I have 2 kids. They are out of the house already. And I used to tell everybody that when my kids moved to college, I will never be in the kitchen again. And guess where I am today? In the commercial kitchen all the time. So funny that you said I didn't have experience in this, and was like try and error. And when we launched the product in the market, we start on the farmer's market. Why we start in the farmer's market? Because we didn't know much what we're doing. We wanted to see, hey, is our product good? Do we have customer for that? Do they gonna buy this? So we started, and every single day, even if I didn't sell much, I learned something because I was talking to customers, I was asking questions, and we changed it a lot since we started. With example, we started with the big bag. We have 2 bags. We have one that makes 30 rolls and one that makes 15 rolls. We started with the 31. And I realized that a lot of people don't want the big size. They want, not everybody has 5 kids, 4 kids to feed. So we went to the small bags, and today we sell the small bags more than the big one. And labels, we start changing. All the labels have been designed by my son, and my daughter runs the social media for me. So
nice.
it's a family
Does you want to run
affair.
our social media too? Because we need someone to do that. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's a little of a battle for her to do it because she's not a big fan, but she does for me. She
That's
does,
sweet.
yeah, for the love of her mom, she runs the social media for me. And so we talking to customers, we learn what customers wanted, and we kind of start adapting to our product to them. And there we go. And today we have a pretty awesome product. I'm selling in a lot of groceries today. I still do farmers market because I love the contact with customers, and we are growing from there.
And who brought you to us was Tasty's Market, and I think they're opening up their store in Austin in next year, and I think it's August or September. So you'll be in Tasty's Market in Austin, and I guess all their stores as they go nationwide.
Yes, I'll be on Tasty's, and I can remember. I think was one of the first vendors for Tasty's. I cannot even remember was in the beginning, and we kind of scramble everything, and I say, oh my gosh, we got to Tasty's, and we met Cheryl, an amazing person. Angela was still there.
Yep.
And all the great staff, and we went to the first pop-up for Tasty's.
That's where I met you last November. Actually, it was. I remember that. I went there, and everyone's like, "You got to try the cheesy bread." And I went to the cheesy bread, and I was like, "This is just a beauty." I was like, it kept coming back, and it kept coming back. So there were other vendors, and they were very good. There was a guy that was selling like grasshoppers. That was very interesting. And then there was the mushroom people. Oil, not mushrooms, whatever. And then some other people were doing some other stuff, but that, and there was one or two other people that like, you just kept going back to their table because it was like, this is a beauty. You wanted it as much as you could.
Yeah. And the other thing, to go to those events, you meet the other vendors, the other creators, and we talk to them, and we have so many things that we can exchange, so many tips, and people that struggle with same thing, and meet what the other people are creating. I love to do those events. I really like it. I think it's one of the highlights of to be on the company's days.
Yeah. Well, it's also good because everyone that was with you is personable. So, it's like some vendors are like, here, try my food, and they don't talk, but you're personable and you're passionate about it. You're like, here, have this, try this, do this. You can do this with it. Try it with a jam. I was like, cool. And so, who am I to pass up free food? So it was like, it was awesome. So it was a very cool event. And I think it actually helped not just like Tasty's for what they're doing, but for also your brand, because you probably picked up some new fans. I know I became a fan very quickly. And like I said, we baked many of the bags. And when people come over, sometimes they're like, you got to try this. So we'll put a bag in the oven and cook it, so to speak. And it works out great. I haven't tried the fryer. So now that I know I can try the fryer, I'm going to try that, because we do that with bananas. But I'm going to now try that or plantains, excuse me. But now we'll try that with the cheese balls. I think that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah, they people that makes on the air fryer, they never go to the oven. They just stick to their fryer, especially because it's quicker. Yeah.
Well, so I just want to see if it tastes, not that it'll taste better or worse. It's just a little bit of a taste, but I think that'll be cool, because deep fry, not from the South, but deep fried stuff is still deep fried stuff. It's the greatest thing in the world, right? So you gotta eat as much deep fried stuff as you can. So I love that. So that's very cool. So now you're in Portland now. So I apologize. I thought you were still in Austin.
No, sorry, I'm in Bend.
Okay.
Bend.
So you're in Oregon. So you're 2 hours behind us. So I apologize. I thought you were still in Austin. So I figured, 8:30 in the morning will be great. This will be neat. It'll be perfect. So you've already started to cook some. This sounds so terrible. It sounds like a Saturday Night Live sketch with balls, like sweaty balls. You've already started to cook some balls. So are they ready? Can we see? And we can't taste them, but can we see, or are they getting close? They are ready.
I'm going to pick them up from the oven. So I'm going to go to the kitchen.
Very cool.
I'm going to put these cooking.
Okay, well, while Claudia's going over to the kitchen, I'd just like to find out a little bit more about farmers markets. Is that some sort of a chain, or what?
Tasty's Market's a chain. Farmers market in America basically is where on the weekends, a group of people just open up a place where vendors come and sell tasty balls, so to speak. There they go. Oh, that's a beauty.
So there we go. So these ones are the simple ones. And this one is a little different that I make today, and I'm going to show you how they are. Let me just put it over here. So
At this point, I'd like to apologize to all our podcast listeners because
No, we're not. We don't
guys,
care.
you're
Watch the
missing
video.
yeah, you're missing out all of this. So get onto the website tooldfarts.vip and you'll be able to see all of this and see all the links. Back to Claudia.
So this is I just add water and oil. So they're a little crispy outside and look at inside.
Beauty.
See?
That's
and these
beautiful.
ones, sometimes if I go to a party or I have people over and I wanted to do something different, these ones, I make a little bigger, make a little hole in the middle, add a little bit of tomato sauce, plant-based cheese, and a little piece of black olives.
Nice.
So they are gonna open for you all to see. There you go.
See, that's a beauty.
So these ones, when I take to a party, 2 minutes, they're gone.
Wow. See, and I can attest to this, that when she did her balls at the tasting, they were gone. Like people kept going and going and going. It was just, they're delicious. So if you're listening, buy these. That's all I can say. Like, not a paid endorsement. I'm just like, they're that good. I enjoyed them that much. And anybody we've ever given, she's right. They're gone. If you just we have friends over, when Angela was here, we would cook them. And literally the first time everybody tasted them like that. And it's like, can we have more? It was just that quick.
So if you are in New York, we sell at Orchard Vegan Market at Orchard Street. We sell in some stores in Austin, Royal Blue on 6th Street, Maha Market, Diaz, Austinite. We sell a Mashup Market in Denton. It's a lovely vegan store in Denton. They have 2 stores over there. We sell at Green Zebra in Portland. And here in Bend, Farmers Market now is over because it's going to start getting cold. And we sell at a Newport Market, Food for Less, and Locavore.
Wow. So, and then we'll have that all, hopefully, as David does, down below. So
yeah, and I can cool. Send you all of them to you all. And if you go to our website, RioGood.com, we have all the locations that we sell. And shipping, we ship everywhere in the United States.
So, or they have to go to Oregon and go get it. So your website, once again, is www.RioGood.com. There you go. And the reason I want you to do that is because, some of our people, they may be like me, not too clever. So we want to make sure that they get it. That is very cool. Do you have anything else to show or tell us? It's like show and tell. I feel like I'm back in school. So.
I have a here set up that I can show you how to make for people that are watching this.
Sure.
And to see how pretty easy it is. Let me just put the computer on the way that everybody can see it.
We're very high tech here. So this
what
is
do you think
exactly
about
what
that?
you get. I think that's great. I can see it. David, you're good with this?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here salivating over the cheesy balls. But
so what you need is a bowl, olive oil, any kind of oil, and water. That's all you needed. Let me just grab a bag.
And now she'll be getting her putter, and I'm sorry, that's the wrong show.
So this is the small bag. I'm going to make the original one, and all of them are the same way. So I'm going to add half a tablespoon of water, 3 tablespoons of water, 1, 2, 3, and 2 tablespoons of oil. And I said before, any kind of oil, whatever you use in your kitchen.
Okay.
Open the bag. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, our bags are compostable.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we're very proud of this. And
everything goes back to the planet.
Everything goes back. And sometimes, I go to the supermarket and I see all those colorful bags and all beautiful. And I say, oh, maybe I go to that one. And I say, nope, they're plastic. I'm not going to go there. So there we go. I just mix it.
Okay.
Just mix it. They get all together there, like this.
Very cool. So you just added
Then
water and oil, and that was it.
Water and oil, that's it.
Okay.
And you can be creative in the kitchen. You can add anything you wanna. If you wanna add some tomato flakes, on the our jalapeno flavor is not super spicy. I did a mild spicy so everybody can have it. But if you really like spicy, you just add a little bit of more flakes into. Because it's a dry mix. You can be creative as you want it, or you can do as simple as water and oil, and that's it.
Okay.
So we got like a half tablespoon measuring cup. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna scoop the dough like this, scoop the dough and put it in a cooking pan. That's all. Scoop the dough and put it in a cooking pan.
Very cool.
See over there, scoop, put it on a baking pan. And you don't need to round them up. They're gonna come a little rounded by that. Or if you really wanted to do by hand, you can make all of them by hand. It's up to you what you want to do it.
Very cool. We use the cupcake tray. So we put them in the cupcake tray and we don't round them. We just plop them in the cupcake and they come out and they're beautiful.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do, if you want, if you have time and you like to do that, just do by hand. I'm now get to the scoop and just go to the scoop and do without rounding them up anymore. And you can do with a half tablespoon measuring cup or a tablespoon measuring cup, scoop the dough, put on a baking pan, throw it in the oven, 30 minutes, 400 degrees, or 15 minutes on the air fryer.
Okay. So I'm trying the air fryer. You know what I'm doing this weekend. So I'm going to be using the air fryer. That is very cool. I like that.
I just want to show you the other flavors we have. So I made the original over there. We have Tuscan rosemary.
Okay.
We have the jalapeno. As I said before, it's not super spicy. Everybody can have it. And if you want a more spicy, just add a little bit of more flakes.
I think that's the one you actually sent us, is the jalapeno, which one of the ones we got, and that was delicious. That one went very quickly. And
this one is the hot and smoky. Actually, it's my favorite one. It's a blend of smoked peppers and onions. And it's a warm spicy. I really like this one. And I remember I was on a market on the Super Bowl in Austin, and those two were sold out.
Yep.
And
they like their spice in Austin, I'll tell you.
Yeah. So. And we have one more product. This is a Parmesano Vegano. It's an alternative cheese. It's a topping for soup, salad, pasta, popcorn. And the name was chosen by the customers. We have 3 names, and we downsized to 2 of them. And I went to the market, the farmer's market, with the 2 names, same product, 2 names, and I see what people were choosing. And when they, well, what's the difference between this and this in the name? And the customer chose the name for us. So Parmesano Vegano was chosen by all our customers.
Very cool.
And it's just a topping, and it's a blend of cashew flowers, Brazil nuts, nutritional yeast, and spices. And you cannot go without that when we eat pasta and soup and salad. It's delicious.
That is very cool. So today was a nutritional show, basically.
Yes.
Instead of our other people. We've had a candle maker. We now have had a baker, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So we need a butcher. So we'll have to get one of those. So very cool.
No,
that is
no
awesome.
Butcher.
No butcher. Sorry, vegan show. No butcher. Sorry about that.
Do you have any plans? Do you have any plans, Claudia, to export your product? Because obviously this is great for all our listeners in the US of A, but we're so global these days. I think at least two of our listeners live somewhere else. So
Canada, I think. Yeah. So we're
I mean,
global.
Is it the US and Canada that the product is available at the moment, or just the US?
Just to US, but I'll love to export to Europe.
Yeah.
And I have a niece that lives in Germany, and sometimes I send the bags to her. Yeah. And she makes to everybody, and everybody loves over there. Yeah. And one thing that we're really proud of our product is everybody can have it. Doesn't have any animal in it. All our bags are compostable. So we're pretty proud of what we became. We wanted to do a company with zero waste.
That's for you're head of all of corporate America that's trying to do zero waste and everything. That's awesome. Hats off to you.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly a big thing here in Holland. So anybody that's listening to this, there's an opportunity. You can contact Claudia either through us or through her website, which is your website is again, Claudia?
www.RioGood.com, like RioGood.
Okay, super. And I'm sure that let's hope people from Europe, or somebody here in Europe, picks that up, because it'll be an absolute winner without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, and please follow us. Yeah, please follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram account is Eat Real Good. EATRIOGOOD. Eat Real Good.
Cool. I like it. Don't worry, we'll shamelessly plug you. And then your daughter's doing your stuff, so she'll shamelessly plug you as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, she'll do our social media. She'll put these on Instagram. Facebook is the same thing, eatreal.com.
Okay.
We about to go to TikTok as well. We haven't got there yet.
Neither have we. So, and that's okay. So,
yeah.
But I think we'll hit all the big outlets for you, so everybody will see it. We're still recording, so everything we're saying, everyone's going to hear anyway. So, and I once again will give, if not that my personal testimony for this means anything, or review, but it was excellent. And this is one of like I told people about this. And so when I've tasted it, it's like, wow, when we first tasted it in the samples and then the bags we got to cook, it was just like out of this world. So,
and a question, and you are not vegan, are you?
I am not vegan. No, I am a steak and potatoes, scotch and cigar. Vegan is not in my vocabulary. So,
and that's what we're telling every single person can have at our product.
Yep.
Even, and I have so many customers at the farmers market, they comes, I'm not vegan. Well, try it. Yep. If you don't like it, just throw it away. I'm not going to be personally offended. And people try to say, oh my God, this is really good.
I will tell you, for me, and Angela actually was at one of the tastings with us when we did it. I think she liked like I did, the one with the spices and the jalapeno. And the reason I think it is, for me, not being a vegan, the other is just so like, okay, it's cheese, whatever. But the other was just because it had all the explosions in your mouth. And I was like, this is a beaut. That was just great. So no, it was very, very good. And I would recommend anybody, vegan or not, to definitely, I would scoop these up and enjoy them. And it's easy. Like I said, I can do it. And anybody can do it. It's that simple. So, and as you just proved, that it's that simple. So it's very cool.
My son made a sign for us on the farmers market that any kid can make it, and between the kids where any college kid can make it.
That's good.
So if a college kid can make it, anybody can make it.
My 12-year-old can make this. Are you kidding? Anybody can make it.
Anybody. So. And that's why our intention was to do something that is simple, because you said, oh, I have to bake it. So no, it's water, oil, scoop the dough and put in a baking or an air fryer, and you were done.
Yep.
So I have plenty of people that are not into baking. They buy these. And the other thing is, compared to the frozen ones, my product, when it's baked, is fresh.
Yep.
So it tastes completely different than something that is frozen.
And it goes in 30 seconds.
How long does it take to bake then, Claudia?
In the oven, 30 minutes, 400 degrees, and air fryer, 15 minutes, 375 degrees.
Okay.
Pretty easy.
Well, we have to wait for that to get here before I can I can enjoy that. I'll eat some for you later today and just tell you. Thank you, Stephen. So don't even worry.
I can ship some to you. Yeah.
It's only a small fee. He'll just want a container full, but don't worry about that. You'll be fine.
Yeah, the shipping went up a lot, but we still can make it. And the other thing we did, the dry mix that we can ship everywhere. Because I have a lot of friends that they've the frozen one, and shipping today is
crazy.
that is not available to everybody.
And I take it because it's all approved in the US what do you guys have in the US? The food and
we have the FDA and the USDA and the MOUSE. It's a whole bunch
so,
of stuff we have.
So that all has to be approved by that as well, does it, before you can put it in the supermarkets?
You have to have a license to put on the supermarket and a license to ship everywhere. There are some states, they have something called cottage law. You can make it at home, but you cannot ship. You have to sell directly to the customer. So you cannot put in the stores. And then you can go to a commercial kitchen that you rent a space in this commercial kitchen. You can make your own product, but you have the license, you have inspector, you have a state license and city license, whatever you need, depends on where state you are. And then you can ship and sell to retailers. And then, of course, after that, you can have a co-packer. So somebody's going to make the product for you. And you can have a distributor that can distribute everywhere in the United States. So that is a bigger scale.
And a commercial kitchen or ghost kitchen or whatever you'd like to call it, that's a whole nother show, because that is a whole nother industry and whatever. So not that you're small, but small companies that don't want to open up their own kitchen or want to leave their house, that becomes that's a whole nother industry, a cottage industry, if you will, to help people that they don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to take, like Claudia is doing, and shipping their goods nationwide. They can go into a kitchen that's already, if you will, certified, which helps them out.
Yeah, I think we stayed for cottage law for about 2 months, and then 2 or 3 months, and then we moved to commercial kitchen because we were selling quick, and we want to start shipping because people, for example, I was in Austin on a farmer's market, and people came from I don't know, Minnesota, and I say, oh, where can I find your product? And I say, okay, we have to start shipping. So we transitioned to a commercial kitchen. And one thing that we always had in mind as well, when you start making the product at home, you have to think when you scale up, is visible what you're doing to scale up? Because if you're gonna like peel the potatoes, chop the potatoes, can they do this? Can you do this in a commercial kitchen? Because you are paying rent over there.
Right.
So if you go to a co-packer, can they do that? So you have to make your product in a way that when you go to a co-packer, and I hope I'll go there soon, we can make this in a large scale because everything is done, it's simple, it's add this, and this, and it's ready. So we always have that in mind as well. When we come to this, are we ready to go to a co-packer? Can they make what I make in the commercial kitchen in a co-packer facility without changes? So we always have that in mind as well, like already planning for a scale for
the next period of growth.
For the next period of growth, yeah.
Very nice.
So that's one big learning curve for you then, Claudia. So
every
step, you're like making one step and thinking, oh, wow, if this goes better, I got to do this and this and this and this. I think that may catch a lot of people out when they're trying to scale up.
You have no idea how much I learned in this process. As I told you before, I have no clue what I was doing in the beginning. I just was passionate about it because I was passionate about a vegan product. I was passionate about our compostable bags, and I start learn every single day. I learn something new. And as I said before, even on the farmer's market, the days were raining, not much customer were there. We're talking to other vendors and you are learning something from them as well. And we made a lot of mistakes. And I remember I met one of a friend, she used to have a company, and I asked her she doesn't have the company anymore. If you start today, what you do different? What tip you give to me today? And she said, start small and grow small, because you're going to make mistakes on the way. And if you make mistakes when you are small, you can fix them. But when you grow too fast, to fix the mistakes are not easy, especially on the food industry that is very competitive. Remember when you go to get into a market, a supermarket, most likely somebody's coming out of the shelf for them to put your product. So you always have to be on top of that. You put it on the market, you have to go to do sampling, you have to be there all the time, see how it's selling. Is a long process. And if you start small and you go small, growing small, you can adjust your mistakes that you make on the way.
Very cool.
Wow.
That's good advice for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're going to make mistakes no matter what, because I'm kind of a perfectionist and I say, I'm not going to do that mistake. Yes, you will. You will, and it happens and you have to fix it. And, you know, it's a learning process. So many times I went to bed like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because I made a mistake and I have to fix it before 6 a.m. So
But that's perfect though. But see, that's a true entrepreneur, right? You work, you make your mistake, you pivot, you make it, you keep going, another mistake, you pivot again. And before you know it, you have what you think is perfection. And then at some point it'll be like, we need to change this, do that. So,
yes,
but that's true entrepreneurship. And that's why your product's so successful and tastes so wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing that I learned as well is my company is not me.
Right.
I am a person and the company is what I created. The product is what I created. So of course, I'm going to go to some supermarkets and they're going to say, no, we don't want your product. Right. Or somebody going to try and I say, it's not my style. I'm not going to take that personally because that is my company, it's not me. So it's a separate entity. So that is another thing that I'm learning.
Yes, they may not, they love you, but they may not like your product.
Yeah. And that's normal. Nobody's going to love everything. Right. Nobody likes everything that is on the market.
Well, that's very true.
Claudia, we've absolutely loved speaking with you today, without a shadow of a doubt.
Wait, before you throw her out, and I mean that in the nicest sense. Okay. Tell us once again, right now, if somebody wants to buy your product, where they can buy it again.
Where they can buy, okay, online, www.RioGood.com. Rio, RIOGOOD. Rio is from Rio de Janeiro, from Brazil.
I figured that part. So. Now, if I'm in Austin and all these other little cities, we're in Austin?
So I'm Austin, I'm selling at Royal Blue on 6th Street, Maha Market, a lovely vegan market. Danielle is the manager and the owner, she's darling. Austinite and Diaz Market.
And soon to be Tasty's Market. I'll just throw that in there for them.
Oh, soon Tasty's Market, for sure. There is no doubt about it. In Denton, Dallas, Mashup Market. Sherry is the owner. She has 2 stores, amazing lady, amazing shop. We just did a pop-up yesterday over there. New York, Orchard Vegan Market or Orchard on East Village. I think it's East Village there, yeah. Green Zebra in Portland is a vegan market. Oh, no, sorry, not Green Zebra. I got that wrong, sorry. It's Food Fighter.
Food Fighter, okay.
Food Fighter, no, sorry, we're not in Green Zebra.
We never liked the Green Zebra then, forget them.
Forget it, the zebra. It's a Food Fighter. Okay. And in Bend, I'm selling a locavore, Food for Less, and Newport Market.
Very cool. Or the website. There you go. I know you're about to say goodbye to our guests, so I wanted to make sure she got that last plug-in of where people can go and buy her product.
Yeah,
it's that amazing.
And I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity.
Oh, no, thank you. And this is the point where we have to leave you. Stay on while the show will close, but we stay on for a couple of minutes just to sort out a few personal details with you. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for being on today. Real good food. I can't wait for it to come to Europe. Thank you, Claudia, for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. Thank you. Bye, everybody.